Well, it's day 22. The weather is actually really nice out today. It's a little bit breezy, but it's in the 80s, and we decided to get the chicks out, let them run around, have some time out here, having a good time. The kids are enjoying them, we're enjoying them. Anyway, so today our goal is to see as far as the roost. We're going to do a little research, see what the best roost situation is for them, and get it put up. So let's see how far we get. Anyway, comment, subscribe, let us know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. Anyway, let's communicate. All right, we are at day 22. We've got a lot going on today. Pretty exciting. The weather's not too bad. It's a little breezy, but it's definitely in the 80s. So we've got all the chicks out, hanging out, having a good time. We are going to focus on, what are we doing today? Building the roost? Yeah, we're gonna build a roost. So check it out. Let's see how far we get, but hopefully we can knock out enough space for all the birds to hang out. All right, so today we are inside the coop. Our goal is to, what are we building today?
The roosts.
The roosts. The roosts. The roosts. The roosts are on fire. No? You're too young for that? Yeah. All right, well. So the goal today is to build roosts. Chickens like to sleep up in the air. As you watch all over all of these videos, you see that they want to stay away from predators instinctually. They want to nest down low. They want to peck and scratch down low. But when they're sleeping and resting, they want to be in a position of at least height. The other thing that we've done is tried to do our due diligence and read through some of these studies, looked all over YouTube, read some books, talked to people, and the controversy or debate starts to get a little bit picky when you talk about the size of the 2x4. If we put the 2x4 flat, so it's 4 inches wide, and then it ends up, giving them, I think it's called bottlefoot or bobblefoot, where their feet, I guess they get flat foot. Chickens can get flat foot. And then you also talk about putting the 2x4 on an angle, and then a lot of people are saying you can round the tops. Anyway, hand me that dowel there. Let's see. So we have dowels that are about 2 inches thick, and they're nice and rounded. That should be good for their feet, is what we were thinking originally. But reading through all this research and trying to figure out all this controversy, we're trying to figure out if it's a better idea to use the 2x4s or 2x3s up on the edge on the 2-inch side, which is just under 2 inches. It's about 2 5/8-ish, 2 7/8, depending on the cut. But the other thing is we also want to make sure that they have plenty of room. So the debate also comes into the height of the bars. So if you have a silky type of chicken or a smaller breed, they don't hop apparently as high. I'm not sure, but they don't, is what I'm reading. So they like to be anywhere from 18 inches to 24 inches. If you've got a medium size to large size bird, then 24 to 27 to even 3 feet is what I'm reading and finding in some of these research studies. But here's the thing, when we walk around the neighborhood and we see all these chickens that are out and they're loose and they're doing whatever they're doing, I see them in trees. And those trees aren't, the branches are way above my head. So the first branch to hit is at least 8 to 10 feet in the air. So I'm feeling like the birds can get up as high as they need to. I think that we're gonna err on the side of caution, and we'll stay in the, what did we say, 24 inches? Yeah, 2 feet. So we're gonna err in the side of 2 feet, just in case we have some, fatties. We have some big old birds that are too plump and they can't, they're out of weight and they're just gonna be in here and they can't get up too high. But I feel that a 2-foot hop is not gonna hurt them hopping down, and it shouldn't hurt them hopping up. The next thing that we looked at was heights. I originally thought of doing what everybody else is doing. Not everybody, but I see quite a few people in their roosts on YouTube, and they have kind of like a ladder system. And I think that most people are doing the ladder system in order to get them to hop up there to get as high up. So I'm not sure if I want to do a whole, across the roost ladder system, because from what we're reading, and what everybody seems to know in this community already is that there's a pecking order, and the pecking order seems to be inflamed or get worse at nighttime when nothing's going on, no one's around, and they're all up in the air trying to get to the highest place. I guess the top dominant bird or birds, they're going to want to be the highest as possible. So in order to cancel out some of the pecking and some of the drama in the hen house, what we do is I've decided we're going to make them all the same height. So we're going to make 2 or 3 roosts the same height, and then what we'll do is that will give the opportunity for us to also maybe crossbridge with the round owls to give them some options. So that's what we're going to do today. And what do you think? Good plan? Mm-hmm. Good plan. Okay, I got it from the boss. He said it's a good plan. So what we're going to do is try and keep it thin enough for their feet, wide enough for their feet, good enough for them to perch on, far enough apart for them not to pick at each other and drive each other crazy. And also what we're going to do is remember that we also try and need to keep them about 1 foot. So it's anywhere from 12 plus inches apart is where they need their flying space. So that's what we need to do, is keep them far enough apart where they can have enough room to jump up, do a little bit of a turn, and sit. Also, we don't want them too close to each other, because if they're like face to face while they're sleeping, I haven't seen too much information on that, but I'm assuming that if they're face to face and they don't like each other, you know, when the music stops and the chairs stop and they're, you know, the 2 birds that don't like each other are right here, I'm thinking that might not be good. So we're going to try and keep them far enough apart that they don't peck each other in the face. So I think it sounds kind of complicated, but I think looking at it and planning it and studying it and researching it in the beginning is better than, you know, trying to find after the fact. Yeah. Okay, so 2 feet, 2 inches, keep them 24 inches in the air, and let's get it done. All right, let's get it done. All right, so today Jackson and I, we're gonna try and put up the roosts. So what's important about the roost is that there seems to be kind of a debate or a little controversy in the homesteading world versus the commercial world. The commercial world seems to just get stuff done. They don't really care too much about the feelings and the humane part of a lot of the chickens' growth and development regarding their feet and their ankle structure. They just want to, you know, mass produce as fast, as big, as quick as possible. The homesteading community seems to, from what we're understanding, seems to have more of a sensitivity and a caring for the rearing, the growing, the development of the animals and of the livestock, which is why we have found, you know, quite a love for it, is because we do care. We care about our food and where it comes from, but we also care about, you know, what's going on with the animals and how they develop. All right. So if we put these dowels up here like so, we were gonna do 3 of these cross roosts, but I just looked up and was reading that they need to be about 18 inches apart from each other to stop the pecking, but also to give them some space. It's 4 feet across here, but once you shut the doors and, you know, you give yourself a little bit of poop space too. That's the other thing. So chickens are going to roost and poop. So what they do is they hop up at nighttime or whenever they're going to sit up there and roost, and what they do is they poop. So they relax and they poop themselves to sleep, and basically they poop all night. Pretty gross. So chicken poop is a legitimate thing and a concern, and it's interesting because Joy and I, we were thinking, how do you keep, you know, the floorboards from stinking so bad and being too gross? So we went and covered it with linoleum, and then we're trying to look for the right medium. But here's the thing, I don't know whose video it was, and I'll try and find it again, but she said, it was really interesting, she said that The biggest thing that she found was that she put the roost bars too close to the walls, so the chickens basically just pooped all down the walls. So what would be the sense in having nice, cleanable, easy, odor-free-ish floor if your walls are completely pooped on? And she said she had to replace the walls. So let's not do that. So we're going to keep them far enough away from the walls so they don't poop on the walls. So we're going to stay about 18 inches away from the walls. And then we're also, what I decided then is, so they're 8 feet long. That gives us approximately 8 birds on each pole, right? 8 feet, 1 foot per bird, 8 birds? Yeah. So what we need to do is, we've got 2 poles, that's 16 birds. But I really want to err on the side of caution, whether we're raising meat birds in the interim, or we do add to the flock later, or just to give them even more space. I bought a lot of these dowels, so that's what we're going to do, is I think what we'll do is, I'll put up a few crossbar dowels, and that'll give, a space here, a space here, a space there, or even I can just do in the middle, but that might defeat the purpose of them pooping also. So maybe we should do on the inside. I'm going to consider that, but let's see how it goes. And if not, in the future, I'm going to make it kind of detachable as well, so we can pop this out for cleaning, because I know Joy and she's just going to clean whether I like it or not. And I'm going to make it easier to pop them out. And then if it does become a problem in the future, we can just cut off the ends. So let's start there. Alright, so here, help me do this. Pull that apart. Right there. Pull this just like this, nice and easy, just away. This side. No, you gotta come over here. You gotta pull it all at one time. So hold here and here. Slowly, okay, a little bit more. Okay, so right there. So this, chop, well. So this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 different spots that they can hang out in, all on the same level, safely. All right, roost test take 2. We've got everybody so far is up here on their little bars. Whoop, there you go. You can jump over, you can play hopscotch, you can play musical chairs. We've got a good situation here. Okay, so they are up here on the bars roosting and sitting up tall. Here's what they look like from down below. See, they're up there in the air. This is what they look like. 24 inches up, hanging out. Seems like a pretty good situation so far. We're gonna get it in place now. All right, here we go. Test 1. On the big girls. So they are roosting 24 inches up. They seem to be liking it, hanging out up there. Liking the roost? How are you liking the roost? Cool. And
Hi.
Oh. Pretty cool, huh?
Uh-huh.
Roost is going good.